Hi guys, greetings. Chris here, founder of GIP Squared. This is lesson 5 in our What is Money series. Today's topic, the 2008 financial crisis. Let's talk about it. If you're not familiar with it, or if you want to have a better understanding, there's a great movie called The Big Short. It explains everything in that movie, so that's what I highly recommend. So the financial crisis, what happened is the garden hose finally collapsed. That's what it needs to do. It needs to collapse, and it did it in 2008. The problem was there wasn't a new garden hose ready to go. But what's interesting here is in previous lessons, we talked about the orange juice container, and we have a 3% intrinsic, actually it's at 2.95% intrinsic value. And again, what that means is the value of the dollar versus to 1913 before all this happened, all right? So the current monetary system is at 2.95% intrinsic value. But what I found interesting, I actually did this today. I didn't know this till I did my calculations. When the financial crisis happened in 2008, I went back to my calculator and calculated it out. It crashed. That's what we want it to do, right? We want it to crash. But at that moment in time, the intrinsic value of the US dollar, according to my calculations now, is between 4.6% and 5%, right? So again, it collapsed. What we're doing is we're still using the same garden hose. Why? Because the new garden hose was not ready, okay? So who's bringing in the new garden hose? I am. That's what I'm doing, right? I'm teaching you about this, what is happening, and bringing in the new garden hose. But with that being said, another thing that I want to talk about is what's interesting is since the 2008 collapse, does anybody recall what happened in 2009? That's when cryptocurrency was brought into the world. Bitcoin was in 2009, okay? That was to bring in the new monetary system, right? But what happened was, this is my perspective now on cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is part of the problem right now because they were to be a transaction tool. They're not a transaction tool. Everyone's buying it as an